The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the book.
You covered! You covered 12! Covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
The line is, it's better late than never. How are you guys? We are live. We are back. It is a time for another episode of the Bostonian versus the book. He is Dave Sharapan. I am Matt Perrault. We did not think we were going to be on today.
Nope.
The internet, Google Cloud, Gremlins, who knows? Technology is great until it does not work, and it has not been working, not just for us. Big platforms like Spotify have been down for most of the day today, but we are with you guys on our YouTube channel and on Twitter X at Boston versus the book, replayed on Sports Grid TV and on Sirius XM. Dave, the one benefit, I guess, is that I watched a lot of golf. How are you on this Thursday?
I did too. I was pretty excited that it was first round, U.S. Open, something on, because the day baseball that's on was very
Yeah.
So we didn't really have much going on. So this was good. Waiting. Is it working yet? Is it not? Is it this? Is it that? And we got lucky because we got it back up and we got a golf guy to even talk about the golf stuff and everything else that's going on in sports, which, is Game 4 Stanley Cup and, some baseball. We got to recap. We'll get to that after we finish talking to Jeff about what happened last night. But, oh, my goodness, we got a basketball series, Perrault.
We do. We have a basketball series. We have a hockey game tonight, as you mentioned, to really get into it as to how that's going to go for Edmonton, who very well might be playing for their Cup lives tonight, going down 3-1. We saw Oklahoma City get smoked in the fourth quarter, which was somewhat surprising, with the Pacers now up 3-1, that Game 4 on Friday. So we got a lot of things to get into, but he was so kind to rearrange his schedule for us, so we got to go through him right away because this is very cool.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, we do have a golf guy. He is the one and only Jeff Sherman joining us here on the Bostonian versus the book, coming back to the program. Jeff, Matt, and Dave, thank you for sticking with us. I know it's been a heck of a day today. Appreciate your time.
Oh, no problem at all. Not much rearrangement. So I just been sitting watching golf like you talked about.
It's a nice day to do that. They're at Oakmont, my hometown, Western PA. Takeaways so far, Jeff Sherman. I'm watching this. I'm watching first round leader. Spawns in with -4. I got him. I got a couple other guys behind him because I'm sitting here like an idiot instead of just watching it, putting a couple bets in, trying to get in some action. But what do you see from what you've seen so far today?
Course somewhat gettable today. You see some lower scores in the afternoon, but a lot of variance with this. And I thought out of all the U.S. Opens, and Oakmont would be the highest variance, and that's why this is one of the lower investment tournaments that I've had for a U.S. Open. Just because you look at Shane Lowry, I was on him at 35-1. He shot 9 over. So you can have a guy coming in that looks great and fits all the criteria and goes out there and throws a 79 out there and takes
with an albatross too, right? He had an albatross.
That was Patrick Reed that did.
Yeah, Reed had that.
Oh, okay.
Reed's playing well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the LIV guys are playing well right now. So it's but like I said, it's a high variance week, so it's tough for me to get too invested in a lot.
So I had a head-to-head this morning with Xander Schauffele up against Rory McIlroy in the first round. I was pretty well after the bogey back on 13 and 14, I believe it was, for Xander. I just closed up shop and counted it as a loss and just walked on and said, okay, fine. What the heck happened to Rory on his back 9, the front 9, where he went bogey double and he fell apart? What happened to Rory?
Well, he picked up from where he left off in Canada last week. So that's what a lot of people thought we'd see out of Rory with what he had coming in. It just took a little bit longer where, he held things together on the front 9 and then got wayward on the back nine and got in some trouble. So missed some putts there and got himself in some poor positions, and you just can't do that on this golf course.
Did you have a prop on what the winning score would be, over under?
Of course, we do it for every PGA Tour tournament weekly. So, of course, we had a 1.5 under par, 278.5, and we saw a lot of two-way action on that.
Okay, I was going to say, did the juice end up on a certain way?
Yeah.
Whether it was which way?
Yeah, we opened it flat, and it ended up under $1.40. We took some sharp money under -120 all the way up to -140. But then we saw some public support on the over. So we actually need the under for a little bit. But that number was tough to move on because of how tight this course is and what we've seen in the past, where the lowest anyone has ever shot at Oakmont is 5 under. And when Dustin Johnson won this in 2016, he won at 4 under, but the next set of golfers were 1 under. So it's tough to be moving that number and easier to move the juice on something like that for this tournament.
So it sits where 2 under or better than 2 under, 2 under, 3 under, 4 under wins that bet for you. If you need the under, right?
Correct.
Okay. Just clarifying that.
What do you make of how this course will play out over the next couple of days? Because if you're thinking it's 1 under as a winning score potentially, and we'll see what the guys are doing. We've got multiple 60s, 67, 68s already been carded here on a Thursday. As this course dries out and as we see the players go further into the tournament, are we expecting more higher scores as we go?
Absolutely. That's what I expect. And you have the guys, like you mentioned, Spawn at 4 under, some others at 3 and 2 under. Now, those guys aren't going to be able to shoot that every day. They're going to come back, and they might have a 76 in their bag. And you can't put 4 solid rounds together on this course. So it's going to bring these guys back. And some of the other guys that are 2 over, 3 over, they can go out there and just shoot 1 under each day and get themselves back in this tournament. So, like I said, a lot of variance, but you're just not going to get consistency out of the guys that are 2, 3 under right now. They're going to sustain that.
Jeff, as a golf guy, do you like watching this as far as like the struggle and the this isn't a regular event and it's not the Masters. So you're not seeing anybody light it up, shoot a 63, put up a -18 for the tournament for the week. I mean, this is a very different thing. Do you like watching it?
I love it only because these past few years, you've seen commonplace of 20 to 25 under par, and it's just a putting contest. And this tests all facets of the game, and it's such a challenge that we don't get to see it too often. So I always look forward to the U.S. Open, especially a test like Oakmont, because we have seen some other U.S. Opens where they've gotten near 10 under par, and that disappoints me as a U.S. Open. So this is what I like.
Jeff, group thinking betting is never good. When everybody's going one way, the better play is to go the other way. Well, everybody, it felt like, was going with Scotty Scheffler and saying Scotty at plus 250, 60, 80, whatever the price was at a different book, that was the smart play just because this golf course was so challenging that he would just par his way around the golf course. He's still on the course right now, but that's not what Scheffler's doing. He's going birdie, bogey, birdie, bogey, birdie. He's all over the place right now. What was your liability on Scotty going into the tournament?
He was our largest liability because yesterday we took a $25,000 wager on him at plus 280. So that wins 70,000. And, I moved it to plus 275, but we were in a real nice position on him prior to that, but then it turned it into decent liability. So, but like you said, he was number 1 in ticket count, number 1 in money wagered, and the expectation with everybody else having some weaknesses in their game that he'd be the one to keep it together. But it's so tough to get behind someone less than 3 to 1. Even if it is the best that we've seen since Tiger's days, it's still golf with 156 golfers. And you look at the live odds right now, and he's 9 to 2 in that range. So,
yeah.
That's one thing that you might want to wait on is betting someone less than 3 to 1 when you could probably find at some point during the tournament a little bit higher.
How does the handle compare for this versus the Masters and the PGA? Like it's the third one now. It's dead of summer. We have an NBA Finals that apparently nobody's watching. We have a rematch of the Stanley Cup Finals that apparently nobody's watching. And we have a baseball season where we have, teams like the Colorado Rockies are just terrible. So what's the betting like for this golf tournament?
Well, it's solid. It's the second largest of the year behind the Masters, and we do about 50% of what we do at Augusta. And then, the PGA Championship is in between the two, but we do about half of on the PGA Championship as we do on the U.S. Open, just because there's a lack of prestige with that tournament. So a lot of people still treat that almost like Sawgrass as, an outsider to the other three majors. So it definitely goes Masters, U.S. Open, then Open Championship, then PGA Championship / Sawgrass.
This question is going to be hard because it's so individualistic as to what I'm going to ask, but I'm asking anyway. If I'm watching round 1 and I'm trying to make a bet for make or miss the cut for round 2, how much stock should I put into the round 1 performance to see what will happen in round 2?
I wouldn't put too much stock in that because it just, like I said, there's a lot of variance in this. And these guys, someone like Shane Lowry that went out and shot 9 over. Now, I'm not talking about him about making the cut, but he can go out there and shoot 2 under tomorrow and be completely a different golfer. And you're going to see a lot of that change too. Some of the guys 6 over might make the cut because they're going to go out and shoot 2 or 3 under tomorrow. So I wouldn't put too much into it and just expect someone that shot 4 over to go shoot 4 over again tomorrow.
I know you're a hockey guy, and it's Stanley Cup Finals Game 4 tonight. Did the Edmonton Oilers have any shot in this series, Jeff?
They do if they can win tonight. I
have to win tonight, obviously, right?
Yeah, I mean, with a caveat to that they came back from 3-0 last year against the same team, but I don't think this Florida team's the same team as last year. So if they go down 3-1, I don't think that they're going to come back, and I don't think they're going to send it to 7. But it's definitely a must-win for them. Pretty much like Oak City is pretty much a must-win for them. I don't think going down 3-1 against Indiana will be in their best interest either.
That's the other question I wanted to ask you. People thought I was crazy. I was saying it last night on Sports Grid that if OKC loses, they're still favored in the series. The price is around minus 220, 240, somewhere in that neighborhood. Can you explain that?
Well, it's just the math. They're a 6-point favorite next game, so they're laying 240 on the money line, and then they go back home and they're laying, let's just say 10.5 next game. So it just comes out to the math when you put it in the equation. And so the expectation is, and we saw this play out exactly like it did against Denver so far, where they blew that first game. They came back and routed them the second game. They lost in Denver. They came back and won game 4. Now it went 7, but Oak City came through on that. So this has been a same pattern as the Denver series. So it wouldn't surprise me if they win tomorrow. But then Indiana still puts up a fight and gets us to 7 games now. I honestly thought going into last night that Oak City was going to win the next 3, and they had that lead going to the fourth quarter, and they haven't been able to put them away. And, that surprised me a bit, but there's still no question that Oak City is the better team to me. And I expect them to prevail, but more so in 7 games, more than 6 now.
Yeah. Back to hockey for a second, because I'm curious about, I'm guessing you guys do have this prop, and I apologize, I did not look at this up before we talked, but do you guys have the save prop up for both goaltenders?
That is one we don't have.
You don't have, okay.
Right. Ed does a lot of the players to score a goal, things like that, but not the save one.
I know why, because it's been a big argument going on right now in the world as to what the number should be, because it keeps on creeping up and they keep on moving the juice. What's your opinion on that? Would you rather have a number with a low juice and a higher number than the market, or the on market just and raise the juice?
It just depends. It's really situational for me. So, like I said, when I talked about the winning score in relation to this U.S. Open, I'm going to move the juice because of how I think that number is. But then I'll have other weeks, like you said, when you have a tournament that goes 20 under par, then if I take a bet, I'll move the score 1 full shot. So even in that, it's just situational on how I feel it needs to be right then.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that it's easy to move the number when there's more points or more things involved. When the number's tighter, like the K props a lot of times with baseball,
right?
You don't really want to move it. Nobody likes to lay the big juice. Jeff, last one from me. What's for lunch? You've been sitting around watching golf. What's the plan here to grab a quick bite to eat?
I'm just going to go out, maybe get some Shake Shack or something like that. It's close by.
Nice.
All right, who wins this thing? Who's winning the U.S. Open, Jeff?
I mean, what you're seeing right now, maybe someone like Colin Morikawa keeping it together. He's right up there, but there's so much undetermined over these next few days that one hole can take somebody out of it. That it's I wouldn't get involved now myself in the live aspect. I'd need to see another round or two, and maybe after the third round, get more of a formula together on it. But there's so many things that can happen in this type of tournament that I don't really have a great answer other than I like the way Morikawa has started, and with his past and his composure, that he might be one to look at.
All right, so what's the cut line then tomorrow? What's the cut line? 8?
Probably right around 8 over, something in that neighborhood. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Jeff, thank you for bearing with us. Great talking with you. Enjoy the rest of the tournament. Should be a lot of fun.
All right. Thanks. You guys too.
Thanks, Jeff.
Is the one and only Jeff Sherman from the SuperBook in Las Vegas joining us here on Bostonian versus the Book. Good to get him on the program. Appreciate his willingness to stick around with us as we went through some technical difficulties, and glad to get him on the program talking about the golf. And so, Dave, has anything changed for you in terms of what you're seeing out there right now? I mean, you have a ticket on JJ Spawn. Is that what you said, for him to lead the first round?
Yeah, I sprayed the board a little bit when the prices were all over the place. When Spawn went out and finished at -4, I said, that's got to be the top.
Yep.
I mean, who's going to get him the way this is going on? Now, there's a bunch of guys tied at 3 right now.
Well, Sanjay M just made birdie, so he's at 4. And he's on the course right now. He's playing the front. He played the back as his front 9, so his back 9 is the front 9.
Okay.
So he's playing his hole number 11 right now, which is the second, the par 4. So he's about to hit a really tough stretch of golf in holes 4, 5, 6, and 7.
M is.
Yep.
Oh,
and he's not made a bogey yet. He's got 4 birdies, no bogeys. So he, to be a first round leader, probably not, just given you expect him to make a mistake here, but he's played really well and he's played steady golf at the moment. There are a bunch of guys at 3. Thurston Lawrence, that's the most golf name of golf names, is at 3 under. He shot 67 today. He's already in the clubhouse. Matthew Pavon is at 3 under. He's playing the front as of we speak at the moment. I don't know Rasmus Nygaard Peterson.
Yeah.
First time hearing his name, but he made an eagle on the 4th already today. He's at 3 under, but he's only played 7 holes, so he has a ways to go. I mean, Brooks Koepka's played well, but you mentioned Patrick Reed. I mean, this is the card at Oakmont. He's gone par, bogey, par, double eagle, bogey, birdie, par, bogey. He shot a 34 on the way out on the front 9.
That's a lot of different numbers. Wow.
It's just, that's Oakmont. Like, that's what you're going to do at Oakmont. You're going to have them crooked numbers, nothing consistent, nothing easy. It's going to be all over the place for these players. And, literally, I thought my Rory head-to-head was dead. We talked to Tommy the Lip yesterday. I went and found it. It was plus money. I couldn't believe it. It was plus 105 on Xander Schauffele over Rory McIlroy in the first round. That was dead. That was see you later. That was Xander shot 2 over. I was like, frustrated. And then all of a sudden, Rory goes bogey, double bogey to shoot 4 over.
In the back, yeah.
So
it can happen fast. That's the one thing you're watching. Even when you feel like you got a handle on it, or you got a guy who's like, wow, that was a really good hole. It can evaporate immediately in the next hole. It's 2 shots and you're in this, and then you're in this, and then whoa, what just happened? I'm putting for 6. How did
Justin Thomas on the 9th hole? It's a prime example. Justin Thomas was playing pretty well, and Justin Thomas took driver. It bounced sideways. The ball hit hard in the fairway, kicked left, and went straight into a ditch. He then had to chip out. He hit it too far. He flew the fairway and went to the other side rough, where he then had to pitch out to about 20 feet, He then chipped from the green. On the green, he chipped it to go up, and he double bogeyed it.
Yeah.
Like, that's how quick everything can be going wonderful. And you make one poor decision, you make one bad mistake on this golf course, and it's out. It's over. You're done. Like, you're going to shoot a big number.
Yep. Well, again, do you like watching this?
Love this. Give me this every darn time. I love this. Beat them over the head with a club.
Golf fans and people that are casual golf fans that are watching our show right now, and if you are watching, thank you for hanging with us. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, please, on the YouTube channel. Tell us if you like this or not, if you're watching. It's weird, but I think more people like it. They would rather see this than the birdie fest and putting contest.
Yes. Yeah, you want to see awkward angles and tough shots and crazy rough, and you want to see the pros be the pros. Like, go and, like, Tommy Lip said it perfectly after watching that tournament this morning. He said, I would take a 7-iron and hit it 150 every single time and get out of there with 100. It's exactly how I would play that golf course if I was playing that golf course. There's like no benefit to taking driver. All you're going to do is get in trouble. Even hitting woods off the deck is hard to do, because if it goes long, the ball disappears. It goes like bounce, goodbye.
Yep.
Like, into any, like, the first cut of rough, it's goodbye. The second cut, it's like, I mean, I was laughing. They showed it on TV. The guy's raking the rough.
Yeah.
Legitimately raking the rough.
Yeah.
This is fun. I love this. Give me this every time.
Well, I mean, you have to have a participating course too, right? Love it. I won eventually a +10 to win a major. WV Punch Run. I want some of them to struggle like human beings, K-Bro.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, you're getting it. I mean, it's not even windy.
Over CBW, 100%.
Not even question.
Even with a 7-iron, I'm shooting over 100.
Yeah.
Yes. The goal would be to shoot somewhere under 120. Like, that would be the goal at Oakmont. I would feel very accomplished if I could break 120 playing that golf course. Like, legitimately playing the golf course, because you're going to lose so many golf balls, taking drop shots, like so many unplayable lies, so many things you can't hit out of. Like, it's a really fun setup. I think this is going to be awesome. Yeah, I'm with you. I love it, Timmy. I think it's fun. Yeah, pros in 18 would shoot 140, 150. Yeah, I would agree. Maybe higher. If you played it for real, some people are saying you wouldn't finish. You just quit. You'd say, I'm good.
There's no question. I'd be out of balls. I said that yesterday. I would not have enough balls to finish. Yeah. No way.
By the way, your dentist got lit up, unfortunately. The dentist void, the guy who made the qualifier, the guy who, the local club pro, wound up shooting 12 over, which isn't that bad, really. 84 is not that bad, given to what this course looks like.
Right?
Not that bad.
Well, hopefully he can tighten it up and shoot a little bit less tomorrow and get in range of. Oh, no, he's not going to get in range of the cut. There's no way. Cut's going to be probably +9 or 10.
Well, let's see. As of right now, it would be about, if we had it today, it would be around 5. It'd be +4 would be the cut. 5 would be the cut line. So double that for tomorrow. Or maybe triple. Maybe that raise it a little more than tomorrow. Maybe it's 5.5 tomorrow. So 9, 10. Not going to be crazy. I mean, that's just depends on what the wind does. You mentioned the wind. Just imagine what the wind does. I mean, Matt Voigt tied Matt McCarty, Brady Calkins, and beat Justin Lower and Justin Hicks, who shot 13 and 14 over respectively. My guy Brian Campbell shot 9 over today. He shot a 79, which kind of stinks for him. Dustin Johnson is currently 6 over through 11. So Tommy Lipsky not performing all that well.
Right.
Jason Day's at 4 over. Nick Taylor is at 2 over after playing well last week. John Rahm, which was the pick for Tommy the Lip, 1 over through 11. He played the back first, so he's playing the front here for his back nine.
I mean, a successful round today is +2.
Beautifully.
Right?
I totally agree with you.
+2
Yes.
or +3.
72 is an awesome number. Schauffele shot that. Louis Oberg shot that. Yeah, 1 over or better, and you got to feel like you're sitting pretty. You got to like where you are.
Yeah.
So, and there's some big names at 1 over. Scotty Scheffler's at 1 over. John Rahm's at 1 over. Sam Stevens is at 1 over. So a lot of golfers are sitting right there. 1 over, even par. There's a litany of golfers at even right at the moment, including an amateur, Zachary Pollo.
Wow.
He's even right now through 7. So he's playing well. But again, what's fun about this is that, like, no matter what hole it is, there's one bad swing. You're one bad swing away from blowing it all up.
Yeah.
and having it be gone. That's all. So it's
Right.
like, woo boy. WB Punch Drunk, do we want logoed golf balls? You mean BVB logoed golf ball or US Open logoed golf balls? Which one
He's
you
going
think?
tomorrow.
Good for him.
Yeah,
That's
he's
awesome.
going to Oakmont. That's awesome.
What's the highway that cuts the course in half?
I believe it's either 79 or 28.
It's
Route 28 or Interstate 79.
It's phenomenal. There's this highway that goes right through the course.
Yeah. It might be 376 the way that goes. I don't think it is, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been out there in a long, long time. Been a long time. I covered a golf tournament there when I was 23.
Woo.
I think so. That was
How hard is it to get on that course?
Ago. Impossible.
Impossible.
Possible.
Like Masters level impossible?
Close.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty close. So I was thrilled. It was a 2-day golf tournament. It was called the Family House Invitational. Ernie Els was playing.
Oh, wow.
Got to interview Ernie Els on the 18th green.
Big boy.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
He's a
He
big-
was
big
gigantic.
boy.
Yeah.
He's a big boy. You don't realize how big he is.
But it was, I just, like I said it yesterday to Lip, I will never forget. It was 2 days, 16-hour days that I did as the producer and covering the tournament, walking the whole course. I was exhausted. I was like, how does somebody do this for 4 days, let alone a caddy carrying the clubs? It was a lot of walking, and it was very hilly. So physical test, a lot of blind shots too. Are you watching this? A lot of blind shots. You
Does it
gotta have
make it so
somebody out there
hard?
finding your ball.
Well, yeah, the advanced caddies are making their money. I mean, even
Bro.
they're having a hard time finding the ball sometimes. So you better, it's not just like 1 or 2 sets of eyes. You need like 3 or 4
Yeah.
to make sure that you find the golf ball. Because if it goes into the real thick stuff, see you later. Like, you're not finding it. Like, you can take a unplayable if you want, or just try to hack it. It looks like some of these guys are going to break their wrists when they're going after it.
Yeah.
Club just stops, right? It doesn't, there's no follow through that comes through it. So got to be a big, strong guy. Brooks Koepka had a couple of shots where he was able to rip the ball out of the rough. You got to have a lot of strength in those wrists to be able to get yourself out of trouble
Absolutely.
at Oakmont. So
Yep.
we'll watch how that whole entire round is going to unfold here, but we mentioned it earlier. Let's talk about what happened last night. Well, the Pacers wind up now up 2-1 with a 116-107 victory over the heavily favored Thunder, who now fall to 0-8 against the number on the road. They are the first team in the history of the NBA to have that number, 0-8 on the road, and be in the NBA Finals. Indiana's bench, Dave, I mean, they were unbelievable.
Won the game. Essentially, they won the game. What they did, what's his name?
Mathurin.
Was
Benedict Mathurin was incredible. 27 points out of him. If you get that type of performance, like they've had, it was the TJ McConnell game and now the Mathurin game. Like if you start getting different players in different moments to rise up like this is how you win a 7-game series when you're a big dog. Performances that nobody saw coming that were like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yep.
You guys play like this. I got to be honest. I think the Thunder are scared. I think their age is showing really badly right now.
I don't know if it's age or it's the never been in that position before. Like you're watching it last night and again, I was on with Wetzel, and Wetzel said Indiana was going to win before the game. He had them on a money line. He said they're going to win. In the third quarter, I was like, they are going to win. There's OKC didn't have an answer in the fourth. They only scored 18 points. They looked like offensively they didn't know what to do. Nobody really wanted the ball, or when SGA got it, I mean, everyone knew he had it, and he couldn't do anything.
I think it's interesting to see that Indiana has not lost back-to-back games since March 10th. Like, this is not a fluke, okay? This is, and I know we're all betting OKC in game 4 because they're incredible after they lose a game. They bounce right back and normally play extremely well. But in order for the Thunder to win the championship, they're going to have to do this. They're going to have to snap this and give them 2 straight losses to win 2 games in a row for them to lose this series. So I don't know right now. I think if I'm obviously it's better to be up 2 games to 1, but I think OKC's in trouble, Dave. I think they are showing that they don't have a killer. Like, they don't have a guy that says, give me the ball and get out of the way. They don't have a Halliburton. No. And SGA is not that guy. And it happens in sports all the time. When you're a team that is accustomed to blowing out opponents and you get into a dogfight and it's a 1 or 2 possession game and 1 or 2 decisions are going to separate winning from losing, teams that are accustomed to that more often than not are making the right decisions and plays. And I feel like the Thunder have been in too many blowouts.
End of game is a problem. And it doesn't mean it can't be adjusted. Well, some guys in here said they looked exhausted.
They're tired.
Said they looked exhausted. That could be the case. Despite the fact that they play a lot of guys.
Right.
It just doesn't seem like at the high leverage points, there's no like, all right, let's work it over here and work him for the shot. Like, it's almost like they're backing off. They give SGA the ball and everybody runs to the corner and the high, like, off post there.
Yeah.
And hope that maybe they get thrown the ball, but then they look like they want to throw it back. It's not like somebody getting that ball and then, going and take a shot confidently.
Right.
SGA will carry us. He always does. And he hasn't been able to. Not last night.
Good question here, Nikki. Indiana needs to win game 4 more than OKC? I don't know. So what you're saying by that is that they cannot win 2 games in Oklahoma City, or 1 game in Oklahoma City, I should say, because they would win game 6 at home. So you're saying they can't win a game 7 or they can't win a game 5? I don't know. Indiana's already won multiple road games in these playoffs, including a game at OKC.
Did the coach make a mistake yesterday with like changing the lineup? The OKC coach?
He did it again. It's what he does. I don't really like it at all, but that's just what he does. He likes to tinker. I think Richard Jefferson's right when he says that this is a sign that the Thunder have to change who they are to match up with the Pacers. And Rick Carlisle doesn't need to change a thing. He's playing his brand of basketball and he's making the opponent make adjustments. That's a victory. If nothing less, it's a mental victory. Hey guys, look at, they got to change to fit us. We don't got to change anything. They're worried about us.
Right.
Play. Just worry about what we do. I mean, Obi Toppin's been phenomenal. Mathurin was amazing last night. TJ McConnell has been absolutely tremendous. Energy, steals, putbacks, just like ultimate glue guy type performance for that Pacers team.
Yeah.
And that's not talking about the starters as to what the starters have done, which has been really impressive, obviously led by Halliburton and company. So I think if you're a Pacer fan and you're saying which team looks like the better team through 3 games, I can't believe I'm going to say this because I'm the one that said I would take all 5 starters over the 5 starters for the Pacers. But as a unit, as a team, as a fist, I take the Pacers right now. They look like the better team.
I can't say you're wrong. I cannot say you're wrong. And minus 200, I memean, Jeff just told us.
Yeah.
That's the number. That's the number. OKC's favored.
Caitlin Clark is 8-0 in person, being at a Pacer game. She better be there Friday.
I have a feeling she will be. I have a feeling she will be.
She's their good luck charm. 8-0.
I can only imagine what it was like when the Colts won the Super Bowl in Indianapolis and how big of a parade and all that other stuff that it was. But the boys were talking about it today on Pat, how this just feels like, I mean, the whole city is consumed.
Oh,
like
yeah.
They won last night. Nobody went.
Have you been to Indy before?
Never. I drove through. I've driven through.
I would say it's, how can I compare it to something that you would, it's a small city.
Yeah.
Like Indianapolis is not a big place by any means. Like it is downtown. I've always said this. It's the cleanest city I've ever been into. It's unbelievably like sparkling downtown clean. I love the fact that everything is connected. I love that you can walk around and never go outside when it's cold in the wintertime. You can walk all the way through all the connected hotels, all the way to Lucas Oil without ever going outside. So it's very cool. I went there for 3 straight years for a convention that I was doing my radio show out of because they were a big sponsor of ours at the time. And so it was a tractor convention. And I got to go and hang out and see a bunch of stuff and check out where they do the combine and everything else. It's easy they have one pro sports team. They have AAA baseball, they have AAA hockey, and they have the Pacers. They have one team, and they're the Colts. And it's a state that everyone wants to go to the big city, right? It's like you go to high school in small towns, you move to the big city. It's not that big. So it's easy to be consumed by it, but it's a sports town, like sports bars in every single corner.
Right.
So it's a really cool place. And basketball in Indiana is just different. It's just different. It's like football in Alabama. It's just different.
Can only imagine.
I'm psyched for them. It's fun. I mean, even if they lose, I know it's going to stink if they lose, but my God. Just being here, like making this a series, making this, showing that the odds makers with Boston and New York, they were way off on that. OKC and the Pacers are way off on this. Like, I'm not sure Boston would have given OKC a better series than this.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Hoop heads in the chat, type who's winning the NBA championship right now, OKC or IND? Just curious what you think.
I still think it's the Thunder. I still think the Thunder's best. Their A is better than anybody else's A. They just haven't played well because I think that they're scared. And I think they'll lock in. The closer to the reality of losing this thing comes in, I think they'll lock in. But I also think that they're struggling with the refs. I think SGA is struggling for not getting the calls that he got throughout the entire year. I mean, that guy shot more free throws than anybody, and he's not getting the shots at the line that he used to. And that's changing a lot because you mentioned it. They do tend to wait for him to do something, and normally it's him getting the foul line. He goes, drives, gets hit, 2 free throws. The referees are like, were you bleeding? Well, no, we're not calling that. Sorry. Right. You're not getting that call. That's not how it's going to work. Wow, look at this. OKC, Indians 6. OKC, I'm guessing that says OKC, Jeff Penny.
Oof.
Indiana. Oh, there's an Indiana. Yes, sirs. Whoa.
Right.
OKC, IND. Believe Pacers. Wow. Okay.
So I think it's pretty split. It's not reflective of the price.
Right. Is that liability? Why that price is what it is?
Again, it's a math problem. It's -6 and -10. They're supposed to win both games.
Oh, you think game 5 is going to be -10?
Yeah, you just heard Jeff.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Yeah, they're -6 on the road, down 2 games to 1.
Right. Saying that out loud sounds ridiculous, by the way.
It does.
It sounds insane.
Yeah, it really, really does. But that's what it is. I honestly don't know.
Butchie.
After last night, I'm starting to come to Butchie side. I really thought Pacers. I thought Thunder in 6. You know, the Thunder in 5 wasn't going to work. It didn't work for Jay-Z. Lost $1 million. All this other stuff. Blah blah blah
Thunder
blah.
in
We
5.
knew it was going to go 6. Yeah, that was the bet.
Yeah.
So I thought Thunder in 6. Pacers win a home game. Pacers win a road game.
Yeah.
And then Thunder win it. Thunder in 6 is still possible, but man, I'm in doubt now. I'm not sold on it. But they should win game 4. They should win game 5, which would give them an opportunity to clinch it in Indy in 6. But man,
it's funny.
Indy showed you last night they can win that game.
So I'm sitting on a pretty 4-unit ticket on OKC plus 110. I've been waiting to see when to bet Indy. And it's 2-1 now. So I think my strategy is OKC wins game 4. It's 2-2. It's a best of 3. I'll bet Indy then. Should I bet it now, or is that risky? Because if Indy wins game 3, it's 3-1 and my price is gone. They're going to be favored to win it all, are they not? If they're up 3-1?
Small or pick them.
Wow.
They'll go from -200 to pick them, or maybe them -120. Well, no, if you're in your heart of hearts, if you think that OKC is going to win game 4, you have to wait.
Yeah, I do.
Because you're going to
I
get
still think
much
OKC is going to win.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm like, I don't mean to hedge it. It's just like, I'm like, I don't even want to hedge it at the moment because I'm going to cut into the profit because I think ultimately the ticket's going to cash.
Right.
But I'm sitting there going, okay, I keep on going. Where is the Thunder team that I thought was going to play in this series? I haven't seen it yet in all 3 games. This is not the same Thunder team that we saw. They look like they are a young team, not prepared mentally for the moment. And that scares me because they got to win 3 games now.
Right.
3 and 4. They can lose 1 more game and that's it. To keep their season alive. No, see, I just asked that question, Josie Myers. Dave just said that the price is not going to come back. It's not. I mean, if they're up 3-1 and it's a pick, I can just get out of the bet. I just go ahead and lay the other side, and it's no harm, no foul. It's just flat. Like I'm trying to make profit out of this.
Right.
So if it's 3-1 and I have even money, it's a pick. It's -110 on both sides, whatever it is. That's insane. That's amazing if I get that.
Yeah.
So I don't need to bet that. That's the case. I don't need to bet anything right now.
Mr. Anderson, UT Steve A bet Pacers 4-3 at 9-1 this morning. Wow.
Not bad. Considering what's the money line price in game 7? It's not gonna be that.
No.
So you can bet coming back to the other side, bet OKC in game 7. Guarantee yourself some profit.
Right.
So that's good. I like that. That's not bad. It's got to go 7 though.
Right.
It's not guaranteed to go 7. Oh, it's down to 7-1 now.
Yeah.
Oh, they adjusted it.
There you go. Okay.
I like the dog. It's been fun. We asked for a series. We said, look, please for basketball, can we have a series? We got it.
We got it.
We 100% had it. I mentioned the Rory crazy win for Xander Schauffele in the head-to-head that I have. So I've had back-to-back days of complete crazy bets I should not have cashed. That Giants run line bet last night should not have cashed.
Oh my goodness.
Like that should not have cashed.
Unbelievable.
That was just, they're down 6-3. I'm like, goodbye, we're done. I literally turned the thing back on. It's 10-7. I'm like, what the hell? It's 10-7. Where did this come from? Rockies are really bad. They're really, really bad.
The Giants are on an unbelievable streak right now.
Well, they're going to win today.
They're going to win today. They're going to be a half a game out of first place, and it's June 12th. So they're playing really good baseball, but they are beneficiaries of playing the Rockies because a couple
back-to-back games though. They scored four runs in the 9th 2 nights ago,
right?
And then they rallied down 6-3 last night to win 10-7. Like the Rockies pitching, their bullpen is as we know, trash. But I mean, it fixes all your ills.
Right.
I mean, playing the Rockies solves every issue you could have. Rockies are on pace to drop to 12 and 16. Yeah. So, well, it's in better to book it, but I put the Giants in better to book it because it's just, come on now. Giants are playing so well. Wow. They played 3 against the Dodgers this weekend.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes. Yes.
Fun.
So it'll be good. It'll be,
Fun.
It's good timing. By the way, what did the golf switch to? It was on, it's not on what it was. It was on USA.
It was on USA today. It was on USA, right? Now it's probably on either Golf Channel or NBC.
I don't know.
You get primetime coverage on that?
Somebody tell me where it's at.
Yeah, someone will tell you where the thing is.
Please. Where's the golf on?
7-3, the Giants in the top of the 7th, leading on the Rockies at the moment, with 2 on and 1 out. That game's on MLB Network for the NBC's got it. Okay. Thanks, CBW. That's what I thought.
All right,
finally a real rivalry series for the Dodgers. This is Ish 165. This is my favorite thing about today. So we're gonna get into this later in the program. So stay tuned for my favorite thing about today, because I am in love with that Knicks story, like more than I could ever possibly be in love with a coaching search in terms of that. So can't find the US Open disjointed much. What do you it's just trying to find where it is, D-Weezy. There's a lot of things around, you're gonna have this. And yes, I am gonna have a field day on my favorite thing about today. Stay tuned for my favorite thing about today, because it 100% is the New York Knicks. It's my favorite thing about today. I'm absolutely in love with the New York Knicks. I have a lot to say about the New York Knicks. In favorite thing about today. Yankees won again, beat the Royals. Judge with another home run. I mean, poor KC. They get owned by the Yankees, man. Was it 8 in a row? 8 straight?
Every day. And it's not even like, where it's close. It's not. Judge hits another home run, like you said. It's almost too easy. It's too easy.
For Royals.
Yeah. Every time they get going or something, then something like this, they have a series like this. Unfortunate.
That's a word for it. It's unfortunate. It kind of answered the question, like if Bobby Witt Jr. was going to get any votes for MVP, it kind of ends it, because what Judge has done to the Royals this year, like his numbers are absolutely ridiculous. So you aren't voting for Bobby Witt Jr. over Aaron Judge for the MVP.
No.
So that's not happening. So that whole thing is.
They're short favorites again today. Only minus 125 or minus 130. The Yankees are against the Royals today.
It's a pitching matchup, right?
Yeah.
It's Will Warren
against Lugo.
Will Warren. Everyone's favorite piñata, Will Warren, going for the New York Yankees.
Minus 125 or 130.
His 6.54 ERA on the road is sparkling for Will Warren today for the Royals.
Over
yeah. Opposing batting average 276, although the Royals can't score to save their life anyway, so it's tough to bet overs when it comes to Royals games. But yes, we've seen 6-3, 10-2, and so over in the first 2 games of the series. Here's your third today with a total of 8.5. Wow, 8.5, not 9. Interesting. Okay, I like the over. Sure. Yeah, I can get behind that.
Wow, it's moving to 8.5 right now. A couple places that had 9 is gone.
It's going down,
how
right?
Could you play that game under?
Because the Royals don't score, I guess, is why.
I guess, but man.
Royals in the under?
I don't know. Oy.
Aaron Judge is betting 394 with 25 home runs and 59 RBIs now, in case you're curious. Yeah, the Yankees are up 5-0 in this season series so far against the Royals. They've won 8 straight overall against the Royals.
Yeah.
It's fun when you're playing teams like that, and you're the Yankees. You get to pad those stats and pad the resume.
Yeah.
They're now 20-13 on the road.
You bet Judge did a home run again today?
Of course. Every time. Why not?
He's
not in the lineup.
Oh.
Day off. So nope, can't do that today.
Wow. Okay, Nikki.
You can't do Royals team total under against Will Warren ish.
That's a
No
tough
way.
call.
No way. Not against that guy.
That's a tough spot.
No, I can't. Not with the guy whose ERA is over 6 on the road. No, I can't, because the team total at 8.5, the team total is going to be 3.5 for the Royals. So, I mean, Warren's giving you 3 runs. It's just a matter of whether or not you can get a run against the bullpen. So that's a coin flip bet. I'm not looking to bet that. That's not going to be fun. But yes, it is a 1-horse race for the AL MVP and the NL MVP too, for that matter. Like it kind of stinks. We already know who the AL and NL Cy Young Award winners are, and we already know who the AL and NL MVPs are.
Correct.
And it's June. That stinks. Outside of injury, it's done.
Yeah, it's part of the deal, though. They're that good.
Yeah,
like you put up those marks. I mean, you can't argue it.
Yeah, no, they're absolutely deserving. All four players are completely deserving as to where they are. All right, hockey tonight, Game 4. Florida's laying 150 against Edmonton. The total is 6.5. Is tonight the night? Because I keep on coming back to tonight is the night the game goes under.
I know. I feel like a stooge. Saying
I'm not betting
over
it.
And over.
For the record, I'm not betting it because that's why. But it sure as hell feels like it should not have gone over last game. That goal late when Picard came in, or Pickard, whatever, like, fine. Like, unbelievable seeing eye laser upper 90 goal to go 6-1. But they weren't going to pull the goaltender. There weren't going to be any open net goals. You had to get an actual 5-on-5 goal, and they got a power play goal to make it go 6-1.
I would say yes. This is the game that goes under. Butchie says under.
Yeah.
The under has to be coming.
It has to. It's just gotta. Ooh, that's an interesting stat. And that's true.
Steven Chavez. Stuart Skinner has never lost a Game 4 in his career in the playoffs. Oilers are plus 125 as of right now.
I mean, this is from Addison. Addison's been tracking the Skinner games 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
He's been unbelievable in his career in games 4, 5, 6, and 7. So you get him in 1, 2, 3. You don't get him late in a series. You get him early.
Obviously, this has to be a different style of game, though.
I think the Oilers are throwing everything and anything tonight at everything I think they're going to play incredibly physical. I think you're going to see Bobrovsky get the puck chucked at him in every direction possible.
The ice quality is so bad that you almost have to play not a slower game, but you have to play a more methodical game.
Okay.
When you can't make 2 or 3 passes in a row because the puck won't stay flat, that's a problem. When you can't skate on good ice because it's not good for very long, you have to play a lot more chip it, go get it, bring it closer to the net, play a little more closer together. I don't know if Edmonton is ready to do that.
Is this a must win?
Yes.
For the Oilers?
To win the series, yes.
Oh, okay.
To win the series. I mean, I still think they're going back and winning Game 5.
Oilers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. Yes, I agree. But I do think the series hinges tonight. Florida wins tonight. Florida wins the series. It might take 7, but I think Florida wins the series.
Right.
I don't see them losing 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be. I'm waiting for the game for the referees to stop calling penalties. And I think that they're afraid to do it because the Panthers are under the skin of the Oilers and they have them so frustrated that they have to call the penalties because if they don't, it's going to turn into like a medieval joust fest with sticks. Like it's going to get nasty if they don't call penalties.
Yeah. You have to call them when you see them. You have to call them to try to keep the game from getting out of control, but you did that last game, and the game got out of control in the third period anyway because of the margin of victory, or they were up. But you have to make a conscious effort, if you're the Oilers, to stay out of the penalty box. They cannot give Florida opportunities to score on a power play. And Florida is playing, they're leading them right to where they want them by playing the way they're playing. So I think we're really going to see what Edmonton's made of tonight. We're really going to see. I'm hoping for McDavid's sake, he scores a goal tonight and does something so they can't pin this on him. Draisaitl was completely invisible, did not have a shot last game. I hope for their sake they don't do that again. But man, that Panthers power play or penalty kill PK is amazing.
I mean, Marchand scored on it. I mean, it's really. What do you make of the fights? Because is that a team blowing steam off and just getting rid of it, or is that a team cracking under the pressure and showing that they really are off their game?
I mean, for me, it was more them losing their minds. They got undisciplined and got frustrated and said, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. It was bad.
Yeah.
There's not. If it was just somebody dropping the gloves and going and saying, Kachuk, let's go.
Right.
And just getting that done and saying, all right, I'm going to hit you, you're going to hit me, and we're going to end this. But they kept going back and doing it, penalties and stuff. And, it felt, it felt like they lost complete composure.
Yeah, I think that if I'm a Panther player, I'm laughing. I'm going, we've got you guys right where we want you. That's our game. That's not your game.
Yeah.
You don't play that way. We play that way. Now you're playing our way. We're better at this than you are. So come play our way. This is great. Play the rest of the series like this. They've got to get back to open ice. And if it's the ice's fault, okay. I mean, both teams are skating on it. So adjust. Find a way to play.
Trying to find the Conn Smythe right now.
I got it.
Oh, what is it?
I got it. It's going to be really interesting because this price right now, Sam Bennett, -120, Connor McDavid, -270, Brad Marchand, 8-1. It's +270, sorry, for McDavid, +270, sorry.
Right.
10-1, Bobrovsky, Draisaitl, 11-1, 40-1, Barkov.
Wow.
I mean, there's some real value on Bobrovsky. Okay. At 10-1, if he gave up one goal in game 3, if he gives up one goal here in game 4, and then has a shutout or something like that in game 5 or game 6, Bennett's been great. And that's why he's leading at -120. But it's a popularity contest.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Sam Bennett, I think Brad Marchand, 8-1. I think the Rats got some value on him.
No doubt.
To win the Conn Smythe.
No doubt. Biggest surprise of those first 4 guys to win it. Not McDavid. The Florida guys on that list. Because Bennett is going to win it if he does anything again.
Right. That is a surprise only because I think most casual hockey fans don't know much about Sam Bennett. So,
but the voters, I think, will vote him.
Because they've seen the goals and what he's done. Yes.
Right. But if Bob shuts him out or pitches another one, he's going to jump up. Between Bob and Marchand, either one of those.
Yep.
I mean, there's 10-1. 8-1.
8-1, 11-1. Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I take a shot. It's not a horrible bet. I bet on worse things.
I know.
Than have that with that value. I mean, if Marchand does tonight, if he scores again, or he has another game-winning goal, or a shorthanded goal, or something like that, he's been the difference in this series.
Yeah.
You would talk about what's the separator. It's been Brad Marchand. So, I know it's for the whole series, but really it's for the Stanley Cup. And so
it's the whole playoffs. The
the
award is for the whole playoffs.
Right. I know, but it's.
I mean, do you think there's any backlash in voting for Marchand? I mean, because he was a trade acquisition. I mean, do you want to give it to a guy that like Bennett, who's been there?
No, I just say I think they don't care. I mean, there's no loyalty to Sam Bennett. It's just I think as a popularity contest goes, more people enjoy watching or know more about Brad than they do about Sam. I mean, we talked about it before. He's number one active in goals, in the playoffs, number one active in power play goals, number one active in game winning goals, number two in points, and number three in penalty minutes.
Right.
like he's this is almost like a career award for him to say, like, you know, you've been incredible. This will be your second Stanley Cup, and you've been the linchpin here. You've been the difference maker for this roster, for the Florida Panthers. I mean, the breakaways, he's a savvy veteran who's healthy. He wasn't healthy much of the year for Boston. They acquired him, waited for him to get healthy, and he's been great. Oh, Butchie's got Marchand at 650. He has him lower than that.
Okay. Well,
so it's not a horrible bet. And again, if we see the good version of Bobrovsky, even better than game 3, I think Bobrovsky's going to get some votes.
right.
People are going to talk about the way he played all postseason long.
Yeah.
And you shut down McDavid, you shut down Draisaitl, you shut down that offense, that power play. That's going to carry a lot of weight. So,
Without a doubt. I can't wait to watch the game. Because we got two outstanding, unbelievable overtime, double overtime games in 1 and 2, and then a blowout in game 3.
I think game 4 would look like game 1 and 2.
Going to be closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 3-3 going overtime, though.
You'd bet overtime tonight?
You could. Yeah. I don't hate it.
I don't think it goes to overtime tonight.
I hope not. But I'll tell you why here in a second why I hope not. But it could.
Right.
I think confidence wise, Oilers they need to score first tonight. They need something to get themselves going.
Puckheads, give us the winner tonight. Game 4. Who wins? EDM FLA. Who wins?
Oilers.
I think Florida wins.
I want Edmonton, but Florida probably will. I think only thing, I'm not betting anything pre or post for a game or side or total, but in game second period, Florida money line over 1.5 goals every game. Florida dominates the second period. All 3 games in this series so far.
Right.
Florida, Edmonton, Florida. Oh, to you.
Under.
What's going on, Mikey? Marchand goal is plus 280 tonight. Wow. Florida 2-1. Wow, a 2-1 game? We're getting a 2-1 hockey game?
Wow.
Oh, my.
Wow.
That would be something if we get a 2-1 hockey game.
That would be interesting.
Just a complete reversal of what we've seen.
Either team to score 3. Wow.
Oilers, Edmonton. Only if Skinner turns into game 4, Skinner. Yes, I would agree. And he got pulled, so let's see how he reacts to getting pulled after giving up 5. 2-1 after 1 period, maybe. Not wrong. Yeah. That's very true. Oh, Butchie says under 2. He says 4-2 final. He likes the under. It feels like that's the score.
Sure screams that that's the score.
It feels like that's what we're going to get tonight. We're getting a 4-2 final. Like, that's how it feels. Does it play out that way? Fine. But, like, one of these games is going to go under. Like, 4 straight overs to start the thing, to start the cup final. It's like, wow. Right. But, yes, over in the first period, don't mind it. Over in the second period, don't mind it. Both those plays, I think, can be made. But if it's 2-1 after 1, oh, my. Draisaitl does need to go off. I'll give you that. Yeah, he does need to be a bigger weapon than what he
just has to be a part of the game.
Yeah, true.
He didn't have a shot on goal last game. They can't win without that.
Yeah. Im just made bogey on 3. Sorry, on his third. So he's now back to 4. He was 5 under. Now he's 4 under. He went birdie to start the back. His back, the front 9. Bogeyed 4, so he's back down to 4 under. So Spawn's 4 under, Sunjay Im's 4 under, and then everybody else is 3 under or worse. John Rahm, though, is up to 2 under par. He's playing well. Sam Burns up to 2 under par. Brooks Koepka's now up to even.
Hmm.
Let's see. Victor Hovland's back to even. Wow, he was 3 over at one point. What did Hovland do? My goodness. Birdie on 9, birdie on 10, birdie on 11. Hello, Victor. 3 straight holes, 3 straight birdies. And then of course, he pars the par 5. What are you doing, dude? Damn, Victor. I should have been 4 straight holes for you to make birdie.
Happens.
Yep. Victor playing well. So tonight should be fun. It is obviously, like it always is, it is part of Bet It or Book It. All right, you can't really play this because I only have one play because I had the Rory versus Xander bet that cashed today. Tigers Giants money line is plus 123. So at the moment, the Giants are currently up 7-5. Oh gosh, here we go.
Oh boy.
Okay, top 8. 2 runs in for the Rockies here, so it's going to be a white knuckle ride to the end. But I did not want to play around with the run line today. I just said money line for the Giants. And then it's Scooble Day for the Tigers.
Tigers are winning.
Yes. They're not playing the Royals. Of course they're going to win.
Yeah, this turns into if we can try to grab the Giants now, bet it in game and tag it with the Tigers and see what it pays. Probably a little bit, probably laying a little bit of juice if you do that right now.
Let's see what that would be. I'll look at that right now. That would be if you bet it live and parlayed it.
The Giants.
Is FanDuel down? What's going on?
Hold on, let's see. I got it up to. Oh, geez, they're minus 1,300. Like,
the Giants are? Okay, so that's gone.
So it's minus 170 if you do it.
Oh my gosh, no. Okay, I got plus 123. No.
And the Tigers are only minus 210. So you're only taking a little bit off the price. If you put the Giants in with them, turns it into minus 170.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yes.
But I'd say bet that because
Yes.
we got the Giants almost in and the Tigers are going to win.
Yes, Tigers are going to win. I would agree with it being Scooble Day. This comes down to if it's not broke, don't stop betting it. Okay, instead of whining about this bet, because I was whining about what FanDuel did, I'm going to take FanDuel up on it. I'm not interested in laying the juice on Bobrovsky over his saves. It's currently 145, 155, or 165 for over 26.5 saves, including overtime. I bet it in regulation. Inside regulation, 60 at minus 112 for over 26.5 saves for Bobrovsky. Better
26 flat?
26.5.
You got the same number, but it's in regulation only?
Correct.
Minus 112.
Yep, because FanDuel does not do any other market for saves now except in regulation.
Wow. Okay. Oh, you're frozen. That's probably a bet. Snap your oh, you're back. Okay. Much rather
FanDuel Butchie.
Yeah.
FanDuel's the only one doing this. Wow. They're the only ones who are deciding to give you a regulation bet with no overtime. He averages 33 saves a game. He's gone over in regulation in all 3 games so far. He's had more than 30 saves in regulation in all 3 games. And I think you're going to see the kitchen sink get thrown at Bobrovsky tonight by the Oilers. Put the puck
for
on
at least one period. I mean, but Edmonton has that one period where they're light. If they play, they're not going to play different, right?
No, they're the same way they've been playing. That's why it opened. Game 1 was 24.5. Game 2 was 25.5. Game 3 was 25.5. Game 4 now was 26.5.
Right.
Like we're just not moving the number far enough along. The books keep on waiting because, like what you said, I think before game 2, you're like, if the power plays keep on getting called, Bobrovsky's going over, and the power plays keep on getting called against the Oilers and against Florida rather. So you're getting these power play opportunities for the Oilers to pepper Bobrovsky, and it's like 14 shots in a period at some point for the Oilers.
Yeah.
So here we go.
It has to go over. I think this is a bet again.
Josie Myers question. What's the biggest you'll play as a standalone bet, not part of a parlay? That's depending on what it is.
Right.
I'll lay $2 if I think it's a good bet.
No question.
So just matter what the bet is.
Right.
I don't really care. I don't care what the price is. It just matters what the play is. I mean, you can lay 250.
There's no doubt about it. I've laid 250. I mean, I might have. Let me just see what I have. I have Spawn to win the first round today.
Mm-hmm.
Minus 180.
Okay.
Minus 180 and minus 200. So I have a couple of those. I mean, when he was in as the standalone, that's what the price was at the time. It's actually come down a little bit because these guys are making it interesting.
Yep.
It's minus 170 right now. I thought I got it at the top. I mean, at the bottom. Like I thought it was going to go higher.
Go higher, right?
Sometimes you lay those prices. And again, it doesn't always work. But there's again, if you lay minus 350 when you think the line should be minus 500, then you can do it. There's no number where I go, oh, I just can't. I won't do that.
Live bet, I'll take way more juice than pregame.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have to. That's the way the prices are built.
Right. To make you do that.
Yeah.
If you want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll lay it pregame too. It just depends upon what I'm doing and what's the value, what's the bet, what's the purpose? Is it a hedge? Is it, so it depends. I don't really have a barometer. Like for the daily juice, I tend to not give out more than minus 180. Like that's like my ceiling for like a content piece. Because I think it's complete garbage if you're giving someone a minus 250 play on a content piece and then it loses and everybody jumps off the cliff with you. So I have rules for content, but I don't have rules for personal bets. And like when I'm going to play, I don't really get involved in that. I just don't like people taking jump. Yeah. The gifts. Yep. Minus 160 is very common for gifts for goals in 10 minutes. The book's going to make you pay. If it's a streak, they're going to make you pay, and it's going to get expensive and more expensive and more expensive as it climbs. And so, as people start to bet it and it starts to become more, the liability starts to mount for the books, they're going to make you pay a much bigger price. Interesting news out of Ohtani, because wait, I thought he wasn't pitching. So Dave, on Ohtani watch, Ohtani is going to pitch, and he's probably going to pitch before the All-Star break in July. Dave Roberts said it's north of 0% now that he will pitch, saying it's hard to see him throw a simulated game like he did on Tuesday and not say, yeah, he's pitching for us.
Right.
Before the All-Star break?
Seems like a panic move to me.
I agree.
But again, I watched some of it. They had it on MLB Network, and HR and Plesac were like describing the pitches. The guys in the batter's box were clueless. It looks like he's ready.
Yes.
Or he's going to be. And you're like, here he goes. Hit a home run in a second, then go 6 2/3, 1 earned, 9 Ks, 1 walk. And you're like, really? There's nothing this guy can't do?
But I think if you're the Dodgers, and we talked about it a couple of days ago, the Dodgers are currently sitting with a record of 41-28. They are a half a game ahead of the Giants, who are on their way here. It's 7-5, top 8 with 2 outs. They need to get 6 more outs to secure another win. And for the Giants, that would be their 8th consecutive win. The Padres are 2 games behind at 38-29, and the Diamondbacks have won 3 games in a row. They're 34-34. I think these are giant footsteps, not the team, but the sound that's causing the Dodgers to panic. Like they are going, well, hold on a second. Every one of these games matter. It may come down to 1 or 2 games for us. And the difference between winning the division and playing in a wild card game is so different that I think there is some worry going on in the Dodgers and saying, we're really hurt. We have 14 pitchers on the IL. Pitch them. 6 innings. Go pitch him. He's capable. We're paying him $700 million to be a pitcher as well. Go earn some money, Ohtani. But I wouldn't do it. I think I think you're right. I think it screams panic that they're nervous.
Do you think their place in the standings will dictate the speed that this happens too? Like, I mean, it's just June.
If they lose
the
2 or 3,
Padres and the Giants are right there.
Well, what, if they lose 2 out of 3 this weekend and they're in second place?
Yeah. So
maybe.
Like say they get to July 1st and they're in second place. Oh, we got to get this guy out there.
We thought August.
I don't think there's a rush. I think anything before the All-Star break is a rush. But
I would agree.
Not knowing.
I think August. I said anything before August is a rush. Like that was all the scuttlebutt that Ohtani will pitch in August. Like come August, September, getting ready for the playoffs, and then he'll make a playoff start. Like that's what they thought they were going to do with him. But I think the changes are now coming because they're nervous about what's happening in the division and all the injuries that they are suffering. It's causing a lot of people to say, okay, he's the best pitcher on our team. He needs to pitch.
Right.
He's a Cy Young caliber pitcher. Like, and we talked about that Bleacher Report article that came out that he needs to earn his money. He's being paid to be a 2-way player. If he's good to go and he looked the part on Tuesday, 5 innings, go out there and pitch, kid. Let's go.
I'll go on record as saying I'm not in favor of it.
I'm not either.
Yeah, I don't want to see him pitch in July.
Let's see. Dave Roberts, quote, "It's tempting. I'm sure Shohei is tempted to just rip the Band-Aid off for a big league game, but I think we've done a good job of just being patient, and truth be told, I don't know if anyone knows the right time to get him into a big league game, but we're still being very careful." But he didn't blow it up.
Right?
He didn't say it's not happening. He didn't say, now talk to me in August. He said it's just a buildup. And, Ohtani wants to be a pitcher. He wants to be a starting pitcher. And so, they've got an injured list of Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, Roki Sasaki, Tony Gonsolin. Like, this is a big league rotation on the IR right now, or IL. They need this guy to pitch. Yeah, it's a good point. Their next 7 games are against Giants and the Padres.
Okay.
The next 7 games will tell us a lot.
Well, there's Santana. Yo. Dodgers are minus 475 to win the NL West. Still favored. Still the same price. Oddsmakers aren't panicking. I don't know why the front office of the Dodgers would be like, yeah, let's get this guy out there. Just keep watching him throw the simulated game. Say, Shohei, you look good. We'll get you in there. Don't worry about it. That looks good. You're stretching out. You icing. Oh, by the way, you're hitting leadoff again.
Right. Today, get in there.
So just stretch it out. Make sure you're ready to go. Don't worry about stealing the bases that much anymore. We're not worried about
right.
Just keep hitting.
That's gone now.
Yeah.
I mean, the list of players, it's insane. Snell is on the 60-day. Glasnow's on the 60-day. Emmett Sheehan's on the 60-day. Gonsolin's on the 15-day. Suzuki's on the 15-day. Like Kurt Hurt, whoever that is on the 60-day. Gratterall's on the 60-day. They have an all-star team basically on. They have like a dream starting.
Rotation. Yeah,
they have a dream starting 5 on the IL right now.
Incredible.
It's incredible. It really is incredible. So I think that's why I think they're nervous because they know how big these divisional games are going to be, and they've got loud footsteps from quality baseball teams. I mean, the Giants pitching staff is good.
Right.
Their bullpen is great. So
Best in baseball. Best bullpen area in baseball.
Like, there's got to be concerns about the Giants. I mean, they lost Chapman, but he'll be back. The Padres haven't really hit yet. Like, wait till they start hitting. They're going to be a problem. And the Diamondbacks lost Corbin Burns, but they're still going to be a problem. Like, they're still they're still a wild card team. So, like, the whole division could very well be in the playoffs.
Right.
All 4 teams could be there. So I think there is some concern going on with that. And that's why they are talking about doing this. But I'm surprised they're changing their tune with this. Like, they were so adamant about like August. And now they're like, how about early July? Like,
I don't mind them floating it out there if they're just floating it out there. If they're floating it out there and they're seriously like considering it, I think it's a panic move.
Interesting. We'll see how it goes. But Tuesday looked pretty good. News of the industry. All right, back to golf for the news of the industry conversation. Scotty Scheffler goes public. He goes on the Today Show and Good Morning America. Excuse me. He goes on Good Morning America to say that he had to delete his Venmo account because gamblers were sending him requests to pay back the bets that they had lost on betting on Scotty Scheffler. And he's calling this harassment. He's being harassed because this happened. Now, Dave, I've been on record saying that leaving athletes alone should be a pretty high priority for gamblers, okay?
Right.
I find this kind of funny. This story is kind of funny to me.
Because he's getting harassed?
It's Venmo. Like, you don't need Venmo. Like, there's a million other ways of getting money. Like, he's complaining because he had to delete his Venmo account. Like, cry me a river, first world problem. Like, this is different to me than like DMs on X or Twitter or on your daughter's Instagram account or things like that. Like, I don't know. I find this kind of funny that people are going to sending him Venmo requests. Right. Why does Scotty have a Venmo account? That was my point too, Whitrock. Yes. Like, what's going on? Like,
I don't have a Venmo account.
Right. But if you did, and
I don't want the aggravation.
Okay, but if somebody found your Venmo and you were on Sports Grid or here and you recommended a play and somebody said, "Hey, Dave, pay me $100 back for the bet that I placed because of you," you would delete that, right? You just laugh. You'd be like, "Shut up! Like, what are we doing?"
Right.
Like, come on. I don't
want to think about that now that you
this
said
is not
that.
harassment. And this is he goes on national TV to complain about this. And go like, just I don't like this at all. Like,
but like, why would you even go and try to find Scheffler's Venmo
because it's
account?
Funny. Because one, you can't believe.
Would you do it?
No, I would not do it. But I think it's funny though.
That someone else does it.
I don't think this is the same level as like what has happened to athletes like the Lance McCullers. Okay, this is not the same thing from a Lance McCullers standpoint. I find this to be more comical than anything else. He said, quote, "I think everyone hears from fans whether they have a financial benefit or anything in their outcome," he said on Tuesday. "That's why I got rid of my Venmo, because I was either getting paid by people or people were requesting me a bunch of money when I didn't win. It wasn't a good feeling." So people were paying him. They were tipping Scotty Scheffler on Venmo, which that's funny on top of itself that you win 10 grand or something on, and hey, here, Scotty, I'm going to break you off $100. Here you go. The guy's going to break the record for the career earnings on the PGA Tour, by the way. He's going to pass Tiger coming up probably next year for the most wins, most money ever won on the PGA Tour. And yet fans are tipping him for winning on the PGA Tour. I think that's hysterically funny. Like, I think this story is funny.
It's weird. It's weird. I don't know if it's funny. I don't know if it's strange. Like,
no one would have known. He didn't have to say this publicly. No one would have known this. Just delete it and move on. But he made it a story by talking about it on Tuesday.
Of course. Yeah. Maybe Venmo will be a sponsor. Right? More people are talking about Venmo.
Scotty Venmo. Here's a Venmo patch.
Right there. I don't have Venmo, but if I did, it would be a great usage of, ways to transfer money.
I have Venmo. Oh yeah.
So I know, but like he has to say that.
Right. Yeah.
You
If I
know?
did. Right.
It's on my shirt, on my hat or whatever. Listen, it just, again, everything seems like it's so in your face. And so like the need to talk to or send Scotty Scheffler money or ask Scotty Scheffler for money when you lose a bet, you got to stop. Just watch the golf.
Fine. That's the dink. Asking for money is the dink move, right? I mean, that's the quote harassment. But he's putting people giving him money in the same category as people asking for money, which is like, if you're Scotty, you just hit deny. Like, you don't need it. You just say, no, thank you. Like, and you can't laugh about that. Like, how funny would it be if you got a response back from Scotty Scheffler?
Somebody got your Venmo and you go have one of those days like you had 2 days ago and you go 1-6 and people are starting, firing your Venmo requests saying,
go ahead. I'd laugh my ass off. It'd be funny as hell. I think it would be a riot. And I don't want tips. Don't tip me for wins. I don't want any. People have asked me all the time in my DMs, can I tip you? No, I don't want your money. Don't tip me.
Right.
No, it's my job. I get paid.
Right.
You know, the Mad Men quote. That's what the money is for. I get paid. Right. So like, that's the tip, is I get paid to do the content. So like, that's the whole, I don't want you guys to tip me for picks. That's not the point. I just think that can't be considered harassment. No one's harassing Scotty Scheffler by trying to send him $100. Like, come on. I want to know, did he accept it ever though? Did he ever accept it? That'd be kind of funny if you're like, I sent Scotty $100 and he accepted it.
I don't think he would.
I don't think he would either, but I think it'd be funny if he did. He was just like, all right, you want to give me money? Sure, I'll take it. Whatever.
No, Vic asked the question, is he accepting the money they send him? It didn't even occur to me that he would.
Why not? I would. You want to give me money? Sure, I'll take your money. I'm about to be the richest golfer in the history of golf, but sure, I'll take your money.
Well, then if you take the money, you can't complain if people ask.
No, you can't complain. I mean, again, he could have quietly deleted his Venmo and moved on, and no, it's not a story. He made this a story. He wanted, for whatever reason, he wanted to talk about this,
right?
And he wanted it out there. And I don't know if it's because he's tired of people's. Again, if you're yelling at a player on the course, like you're yelling at Scotty Scheffler on the 18th green when he misses a putt, screw you. Like you're a complete a-hole. Like that's disgusting. But on social media, on a Venmo, on an app, and you're going to send him $100 because you won $2,000 off of him or whatever it might be. If he accepts it, that's funny. If he doesn't accept, that's not funny. If he writes back, says, bro, go away. Like it's still funny, like the whole thing. But again, like Whitrock said, why does he have Venmo? Like, who is he Venmoing? His caddy? Like what is he doing?
Maybe he had Venmo before.
Delete it. You're Scotty Scheffler.
Once you make it, you just delete it, I guess.
Yes. You're 28 years old. You're going to win more money than anybody could ever dream of winning on the PGA Tour. You're going to pass Tiger Woods next year in career earnings. You don't need Venmo. You don't need the amount of money he could transfer back and forth. It's called money wire. It's a wire transfer, not Venmo.
Fair.
It's a big boy. It's a big boy. This story is on the other side of the conversation because it's kind of scary. Yahoo Sports fired their fantasy sports writing staff and they replaced it with AI. Yeah. The whole staff. They just came in and replaced it. High profile terminations are an unnerving AI fueled wake up call for all of us. Jeff Edelstein wrote on ingame.com. Since Yahoo is leaning for AI fantasy analysis, I'm leaning into AI instead for Yahoo for underdog fantasy best ball mania. Help on this. Why it's scary is this. They have created an AI that aggregates content off the internet from existing fantasy content that gets rolled up into a ball and then spit out to a Yahoo Sports reader as if Yahoo Sports has written it. And they have not. Other people have written it. The AI searches the internet, aggregates it, looks through it, and then puts it together in their own methodology to then say, this is the play that you should make for fantasy. It's not actually their stuff. It's somebody else's stuff. And so we're going to eliminate human beings and human beings' work.
Yeah.
And we're going to take other people's work and claim it for our own.
Whole thing sucks. I felt old
reading it.
Yeah, when Edelstein, you sent it, I read it. We've had Jeff on the show. I've talked to him multiple times off the air.
Yeah,
talked to him four stories. I got to find a skill soon that I, still have.
You have a skill.
No
one can say the words that you say. You are you. You cannot be created, duplicated, or reinvented.
AI can do some crazy stuff, Perrault.
It can make your voice, but it can't speak in the way that you're going to speak.
Yeah.
It can put words in your mouth on video, but not live, not in person. Right. Can't get that. That's human to human contact.
Which I think we really can't ever lose.
Fair.
As a society,
fair.
As people, there's still some value, and they're devaluing the written word by doing this.
Oh, 100%. And they always were. I mean, the written word has been devalued to the point where it's gone. I mean, you look at where companies are investing. They're not investing in writing anymore. Writing is archaic. And that's scary to me.
I think it's going to come back, though, because the AI stuff is so bland.
True.
And so
boring.
It's not, there's no character behind it. Like Plaschke wrote that article about dealing with Parkinson's disease. It brings you to tears. There's no AI thing that's going to do that. It's Plaschke writing it and talking about it. And, think about your favorite sports writers when you were a kid. Like, there was a picture of them in the newspaper.
Oh, yeah. Bob Ryan.
Usually a very flattering picture, but it was there. You kind of knew what they looked like. There was no shows, but you could hear their voice when you read their articles.
Yeah.
This stinks. I read this and got depressed. I was like, this is no good. I can write, and now I'm like, even, I was like, what the value is that? I don't know.
I remember going and getting the Sports Illustrated and flipping to the back and reading the article, reading the column in the back of SI every time. Because it was always a moving, amazing piece of literature. It was just amazing writing that will make you feel that way. And amazing writing is still impossible to recreate. AI is never going to write Hemingway. AI is never going to write, Bukowski. Like, you're not going to have that. Like that's just not the way an AI brain is going to function, because we tell it what to do. We tell it how to write, what to think. And so, sure, there's learning, and AI is getting more advanced every day, but not from a creativity standpoint. Like, that's never going to happen. And, when it comes to betting or fantasy content, things along those lines, it's a lot of math. It's a lot of analytics. It's a lot of stuff that you can see why they would create this AI version, but they put it at the top of the article. And I'm 48, so maybe the young kids don't care. But the second I read that at the top of any article, I stop reading. Like, I'm done. Like, that's it. This article was put together by AI, the new robot from blah, blah, blah. Okay, done. Next story. Like, I'm not reading that.
Right.
I have no interest. Like, I can't stand reading anything from ESPN with their game stories, because it's all full of weird words and wrong stats, and it's all AI created on ESPN.com.
Super frustrating
for their stories.
Super frustrating. And I don't think it's not going back. It's going to keep going like this. So I don't know. I didn't like it. I saw it. I went, man, that stinks. I didn't know the guys.
Nor did I.
I knew of their names. Yeah, huge
followers.
Yeah,
like big fantasy writers, like guys that, a lot of people who were like, wait, what? Because Yahoo is rolling out this whole new platform. They're going to do they're trying to reconstitute their app and because at one point in time, it was like Yahoo Sports and ESPN were like neck and neck.
Yep.
And on my phone, I had Yahoo Sports, that app, and I had ESPN, and I'd go back and forth from a show prep perspective. I'd go back and forth like crazy. And now they're doing unbelievable. Kendall Baker does an incredible newsletter every morning that helps me prep for the show all the time. and I use his stuff almost every single day. Well, literally every day I use his stuff. So they're starting to reconstitute a lot of the stuff that Yahoo has been successful doing in the past, but the app is coming. They're redoing the whole app where it's supposed to be gambling / fantasy / sports news all in one place. It'll be interesting to see what it looks like, but this AI is part of it, a big part of it, supposedly. So it kind of.
We'll have to get Ben on the show at some point because Ben's writing for Yahoo now, and AI is changing. Even they're doing picks. I mean, they just take
aggregate everything.
It's terrible.
Trends and everything else.
Yeah.
Favorite thing about today. Favorite thing about today is what?
We got to do the show.
Yeah, right.
I thought the show was canceled.
So did I.
So I'm excited. The favorite thing about today is that we got to do the show. We had a bunch of people show up, both here and on the Twitter. So that worked out good. We're planning on doing a show tomorrow. So we'll have that. And that's it.
Yeah, live show at 1:30 tomorrow, guys, Eastern.
Yeah, we're bumping it up
a little early for an hour because Madeline has a performance for her camp at 1:00 tomorrow that I'm going to go over and check out her guitar skills and see how she does at her first performance for camp. So 10:30 Pacific, 1:30 Eastern tomorrow.
It's good. We got kids over here staying up all night playing video games and sleep until 2 or 3 o'clock. We don't have no camp going.
Maddie's camp this week, and then she's off, and then she's back at camp, School of Rock camp again the week after that. And then she's with me, and then we leave. So we get out of here July 2nd. We get out of here to go to the East Coast. So
nice.
That'll be the end of her camp in Vegas time. My favorite thing about today is the New York Knicks, who continue to be the biggest clown show in the history of the NBA. This quote from Charles Barkley was tremendous. The Knicks got to be the stupidest damn people in the world about what's going on. The Knicks are now 0 for 5. They asked 5 different teams to talk to their coach under contract, and every single team told them no. The latest being Billy Donovan with the Bulls, who was asked, "Would you like to speak to us about our vacancy?" And the Bulls said, "No way. You're not talking." If you're Tom Thibodeau, are you just rolling laughing at this? You got to be going, just look what I had to deal with. Like, look, my resume for my next job is that I took that organization to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Unreal.
That dysfunction, that clown show, I want them to keep on going. Like, go for 6. Like, how many different teams can you ask to talk to their coach and be denied? Like, because they are under no obligation to let you talk to their coach.
Right.
They've signed a contract. They don't need to do it. So 5 teams are like, yeah, no, you're not talking to our coach.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for being a part of this. But yeah, no. Who gets this damn job? I can't wait to see who gets the job. If I'm a Knick fan, I mean, all these Knick fans told me that it was right. It was Tibbs. He was old. He was boring. He was this. He was that. All he did was win, and he wanted the job. All these other coaches don't want the job. You had somebody who had grown with you, who had gone 5 years of going up, 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 and you decided to kick him out because why? He didn't play his bench? Like,
yeah.
Favorite thing about today, the New York Knicks.
Thank you, Knicks.
Never change. Never change, New York Knicks. As a Celtics fan, never change exactly what you are doing because it's awesome. It's so fun to watch. And everyone who got mad at me for calling the Knicks a clown show, you guys are wearing the makeup now. I mean, even Charles Barkley said it. You guys are being run by a bunch of really dumb people who do not know what they're doing.
Nope.
Right now. It's awesome. Roll Call Friday is tomorrow, boys and girls. Hope to see you all back here once again. Thank you for bearing with us, and thank goodness StreamYard fixed their problems. So we're all good. He is Dave. I'm Matt. Tomorrow, BVB RCF on a Friday for the Bostonian versus the Book.